This podcast discusses paranormal activity and other topics some might find disturbing. Listener discretion is advised.
Is it a chill or a ghostly breeze? A knock, a tap, what do you believe? Ghosts, gossip, gather around where the lost and the haunted are found. Ghosts, gossip, don't make a sound. Truth or tales, we'll dig it out.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ashley. Welcome to another episode of Ghost Gossip. Today I am joined by the two hosts of the Used to Scare Me podcast. We have Andi and Feliz. Hello, ladies.
Hi, Ashley. Thank you for having us. And this is us all the time.
Yeah.
We're like,
Yeah. Me too. Which, I love because I always joke. I tell people that I'm the paranormal sweetheart because they look at me and they hear me and they don't think that I am like dark and mysterious ghost things.
Yes,
And-
like a weirdo.
Yes. And then I see you two and you're giggly and I'm like, they're me.
Yes, that's exactly what I thought when I found you on TikTok. I was like, oh, this is our kind of people.
Yeah.
Yes.
welcome
the-
home.
Same. I see y'all and I'm like, I like them. I like them a lot.
Yeah.
We're so happy to be here with you.
Yes.
I'm so happy you reached out because when I got your email, I was like, wait a second. I know them.
Yeah, I feel like we know each other already.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it's so nice. So we found each other on TikTok and
Uh-huh.
it's so nice to, it's like TikTok is such a grind sometimes. It's fun, but it's like, it's work. And
It's
then
work.
when you have your like buddy that you don't know in person, but who always likes your stuff, it's like, oh, okay, we're doing okay. It's so
Yes.
nice. So thank you for being that person. Yes.
Oh, well, thank you. That's the
Yes.
nicest thing anybody has said to me today. So thank you so much.
Oh, you live with teenagers, right?
I do. They're still
Yes.
asleep, thankfully.
Yes.
You know what's so funny is my mother and my mother-in-law, they're old school. They're in their 60s, and when I was a teenager, they would wake us up, like,
Oh,
wake up.
Mhm.
And my mother and my mother-in-law both would be like, they're still asleep. You don't wake them up. I'm like, have you met them?
I know. I'm like, never wake a sleeping baby. I don't care if they're 13. Let them sleep. They need it.
Well, 13-year-olds are just 3-year-olds in a bigger body.
Yes. So we have a lot of experience with my kids are grown. They're in college.
Mm.
Actually, they drove all night and just got home today. And so they're also both asleep, 2 boys. And then
My kids are sequestered upstairs. I said, you may not come
Yeah.
downstairs.
yeah.
You can, here's your
Yeah.
snacks,
Yeah.
here's your water. You can watch whatever show you want, but that's it because they're 4 and 6. So we're in a little
I
bit
was gonna
different.
say, here's some water and here's some crackers and
Yep.
I'm like, I give them this whole bag and they're like, oh my gosh, look at these snacks. And I'm like, yep.
Yep.
come
Enjoy.
and
Let
and
you
then
know.
I'm like, I have no internet and there's an echo. So sorry, got to take some more of your time. I'm so sorry.
Oh my gosh. No, it's
No
all good.
worries.
It's all good. Oh my gosh.
So tell us about you two. Like, y'all have got to be friends for a while.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So we met, 10 or more
It's
years
an
ago?
11 now.
11 years ago. So
Yes.
we're both teachers. That's our actual job. And it was our first day of school at a new school. We're locked out. We're there early, like little eager beavers. We're like, hey, we're here for our first day. And I said to her, hey, you trying to get in? She said, yeah. And then we were like, oh, okay, we'll figure this out together.
Yeah. And she goes, I was like, what's your name? And she said, I'm Andrea, but my friends call me Andy. I was like, yes, okay, let's be friends.
And then here
Yeah.
we are. And so we just totally clicked and have been best friends forever.
Yeah. So we've been talking about, we both love spooky stuff. We always
Mhm.
have. And also we always have had a good banter, I think. And so I think since the beginning, we were like, we should do a podcast about something. Andy ended up moving away. And then, that was heartbreaking. And
How
then
dare you?
she came
I
back.
know, right?
She came back. I don't know how many years later.
Oh gosh.
Like,
Maybe
maybe like
7 years, 6,
Right.
7 years later.
Okay.
Mhm.
And,
6, 7.
And when she came back, it was like, welcome back. Let's do this podcast. And so we literally started right away. So yeah. And we just love to, on our podcast, we love to talk about everything spooky, ghosts,
Spooky.
cryptids, aliens, UFOs, everything. And then
Possessions.
also, but we have a good time. Like we keep it very light. Well, not
Mhm.
the session. That's hard to keep that one light, but we keep it light. We laugh a lot and we have a good time, you
Mhm.
know. And we try to make it a place where people can send us stories and we're really respectful of those stories
Yes.
and
Mhm.
we believe
And
you. You know, I like
not
how
judgy.
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
We're not trying to
yeah.
explain anything.
Nope. We're like, we don't know what's going on, but we love to talk about it and explore things like, what if it's this? We did an episode. It's the one that's out right now about Thunderbirds, and we're like, a Thunderbird. Could it be a dragon? I don't know. Maybe it's a dinosaur. I don't. Is it a condor? Who knows? You know, it's just fun to explore what could
Yes.
be. You know. Yeah.
Yes. I'm the same way. I like to say this is a paranormal safe place. I do not discount people or their stories. Now,
Yeah.
I've had people tell me things that later they've told me other things, and I'm like, hmm,
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're like that maybe
right,
makes sense, but
right. But
yeah.
when people are sharing maybe one of the most traumatic experiences of their life because they are terrified, they might have been young and they might have been having other things going on at the time too that they were more vulnerable, and then all of a sudden something like this or paranormal happened and it has scared them and they haven't talked about it. Like I have one paranormal friend, he is a podcaster, his name's Chris, and he does the Wandering Road podcast and he's absolutely incredible.
Hmm. Yeah.
He had experiences in his childhood that terrified him and he was sharing with me, and it's just when somebody is being vulnerable with you, that is not the time or the place to make them feel like their experience was stupid or silly or
Right.
it wasn't real. Like, oh, you're making that up. Like, who are you to make
Right.
somebody else feel that way,
Yeah.
you know?
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
They have ventured outward.
Yes. He saw you. So sorry. He saw you. Like, who's
Who is that lady? That's okay.
Oh,
You
so
might end up seeing mine as well, and they're gonna be like, all hair all messy because both my girls are home. They're gonna be like, "What are you doing, mom?" Cringe, blah.
huh. We were
yes.
just talking about how your kids always think you're kind of boring or weird when you do things, but then when you get a little cred, they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, wow, you had 1 million views
Yeah.
on TikTok? What?"
Yeah. I'm like, they're like, and when I told today, they got home, they go to Florida State and they drove all night and got home this morning. And I was like, well, I got to go in a little while. Andy and I are going to be on someone else's podcast. And they're like, really? I'm like, yes,
Ooh.
we're doing the thing. So yeah, it's
I'm
great.
very popular at my kids' middle school. I
Oh.
know.
Pretty big
Yep.
deal.
I
That's
know.
Flex.
that's huge.
I know. I Of all the things, like, I mean, I have listeners all across the world, but my biggest flex is I can walk in that middle school and they're like, "That's Jaycee's mom. That's Victoria's mom. She has a podcast. She has a podcast."
I love it.
And I'm like, "So,
Oh,
Yes, I love
so
that.
cool.
Oh my gosh. You have 3 kids?
yes, we are blended. So we have triplets.
Yeah.
So his two are 13 and 14. They're 13 months apart in age.
Okay.
And then my daughter is in the middle of his two.
Oh my goodness.
That's a busy
That's a
house.
party.
It is something.
Mhm.
It is something. And my daughter was a single child. Like her dad has an older daughter. She's 19 years older than Daisy. And so when we got together, Brittany was out of the house.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so when we had Daisy, I mean, he had to start. I mean, I'm 41 now, and he was 41 when we had Daisy. So like, I understand like why he was so like, oh my God, I'm having another one. I'm starting over because I can't imagine starting over at this age.
Yeah.
But Daisy has essentially been an only child up until I met Daniel. And then we dated for 4 years before we got married and moved in together. So it was a transitional period for her.
Oh, that was so
Yeah.
hard.
Yes. Because, yes, she is a diva. So take me and just shrink me down to a longer hair version. And I'm sassy. She's another level. And I mean, she'll tell you exactly what she thinks when she thinks, and she don't even care. And then she'll be like,
Yeah. She's so 13.
yes, she'll be 14 on Friday.
Oh my gosh, how exciting.
I'm sorry.
You're
Uh,
good.
we're
No,
trying.
I'm a mom. I get it. No, I
Yeah.
get it.
I think that's what's fun about women podcasting. It's like we totally get each other. That's what I love about our podcast too. Like, yes, we talk about scary stuff, but also we are just like being girls.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It's the best. And
Yeah,
it's really
it's
fun.
always a balancing act.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is, especially with little ones, because I've been doing this since Daisy was, hmm, I'm on year 3. Next year, we'll be going on 4. So since she was about 10,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and she's my Velcro child.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, so I get it, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get her to I want to read her ghost stories, but she is my scared one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm trying. I'm like, "Daisy, let me," because she's so funny. She's so funny. So I think her responses would be funny, like, just, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
her that oh god, I can't perimenopause, I get brain fog a lot, so if
Yeah.
I just kinda stare off and forget.
No, it's crazy.
Yep.
I'm
But
right
it's
there
just
with you.
that raw emotion that just, like, or whatever, like, "Oh my god, no." But
Yeah.
she's like, "I'm way too scared." I'm like, "No, you really won't." They
Aw.
don't send me super scary stories, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go,
Well,
Daisy, do it.
the thing about kids, they come around. They do. You know what I
yeah.
mean? You just gotta be patient. Don't get your feelings hurt when they're like ignoring you or whatever, or like sassing you or whatever,
Mhm.
because they come back around.
Yeah.
They
When
love
does
you
that
so much when
happen?
they're little, and then they get really weird for a while, and then they come back.
I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wasn't ready. Teenagers are horrible.
Oh, no.
Right? You're in the real hard spot. I think once high school starts, it starts getting more fun.
Oh, wow, so much to look forward to, guys. Wow, so excited.
You got this. Andy, you're gonna do great. So what grades do y'all teach?
I teach 1st grade, so it is nonstop little kids all
Uh-huh.
day, every day.
Yeah.
All day?
And I teach performing arts, so like music,
Ooh.
drama. We do a lot of readers theater and games, and that it's very fun. But I've taught first and third, and Andy's taught uh, everything
I've
pretty much.
taught from kindergarten up to 8th grade. I actually taught her boys when they were
Yeah.
in middle school. It was
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Middle school teachers in general are earth angels because I can't
Oh.
imagine dealing with other people's children for a living. But middle school teachers, I mean, like, just
Mhm.
I don't I have 3, and I don't know how many times I've wanted to boot them and yeet them right out of my house and just be like, "You go,
Yeah.
just go."
Yeah.
I think it's different when you're the teacher, though. They don't show all of themselves to you.
I wouldn't do that
It was
job.
I had a great time when I was teaching those.
You did. She's great. She's great with all kids. So
Y'all have
yeah.
wonderful energy and aura, so I'm sure that students love you. Like, I
It's
just
a good time.
I
Mhm.
I bet they were like, go home and be like, "Miss," whatever they call you, "is my favorite. Miss
Aw,
is my favorite." I can just see it now
I hope so.
because my kids come home and they're like, "Miss Miller is horrible." All 3 of my children, the only teacher, sorry, Miss Miller, if you listen,
Sorry, Miss Miller.
sorry, Miss Miller. They
She's
they
like thankful for Thanksgiving break right now.
Yeah.
Shout out to Miss Miller right now.
Uh,
she has, and I told her, I was like, "Guys, she knows things. She has seen things. She has been
mhm.
teaching longer than I've been alive.
Yeah.
Give
Oh.
her a break."
Oh yeah.
Mhm. Miss
You
Miller's
know?
also seen the evolution
Oh
of
yeah.
kids.
She knows
And
what kids are supposed to be like
Mhm.
before they got an iPad.
right.
Gosh.
It's like, "You're capable of so much."
Yeah.
And now look where we
We could talk for 2 hours about how teaching and just learning has changed in the schools, but, well,
Oh
that is
yeah.
a different
That's a
podcast for a
different
different
podcast.
day.
Yeah.
I know. I know. Oh my gosh. Yes.
So, what got y'all started? Like, what did something happen early on in your lives that introduced you to, like, the paranormal and the spooky?
So I grew up in a haunted house. My parents still live in it.
Woo!
So it was built in the 1800s, and our family was the first family not of that one that built it to live in the house. And
Mhm.
so there were a lot of things throughout my childhood that happened, like things going missing and then appearing right in the center of the floor weeks later. We have like this old ornament that is, kinda like a music box, the wind up thing, and every Christmas, it goes off on its own on the tree, lights on
Still?
and off. Oh, yeah. My mom won't
Oh,
put it
that's
on
so
anymore, actually, she's like, "We're gonna leave this in the box." She's done with
as
it.
it plays from the
Mhm.
box. Man.
Yeah, it's so weird. There was a big, like, boom that shook the whole house without a source. My parents had an old clock radio, and do you remember when there were computer rooms in the house?
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
And in the middle of the night, it was literally 3 AM, it went off with, like, the light up dial, and it was just
Yes.
playing music, and I'm like I was a teenager, and then I'm like, "What the" Go turn that off. And so things are still happening in the house. My parents have heard voices recently, so my
Tell
mom
them what your dad what
yeah, so
about your dad.
the first thing was my mom was just in bed reading, and she hears, like, right in her ear, "Boo." And she said it was very
Boo?
playful boo, and she said it was a woman's voice, like, super playful, just kind of like, how you would do to a friend. And then this was just what was it, like, a week or 2
Yeah.
ago? My dad woke up, and he was just kinda, like, laying in bed, and he hears, "And how are you today?" And he thought it was my mom, and he, like, reached over, and she wasn't there, she was already downstairs, and he's like and gets up and beelines out of there.
And
Just a
he's
very
like a
friendly
skeptic.
ghost.
He's like
It
a
is friend
straight shooter guy
He's
kinda guy, right?
he was a chemistry professor for a million years, he's very skeptical, he always tries to explain everything away, but I think it's getting hard to ignore. So, I'm excited to go back for Christmas, and
Ooh.
I'm gonna bring my equipment and see what's going on, but every time I dream about the house, I dream about a woman, which is interesting.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, where am I going? Because I would like to also come for
So,
Christmas.
that's Western Pennsylvania. Mhm.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but yeah, it's a big old Victorian house,
Oh,
and
wow.
my parents did a lot of work to it, and they found some stuff when they were renovating, like names on the walls where they would keep a record of the
Ooh,
people and stuff. So
Gosh,
it's really cool.
that is so
really
cool.
cool.
Yeah. So growing up with that, I think got me into it, and then in the '90s there were lots of scary stories to tell in the dark, and all of those books out, and so I
Mhm.
just went down that path and never came back.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Felice?
Well, I was more of a skeptic and also, like, I'm still a little nervous about some of this stuff. I don't know, I think because of the way I grew up, like,
Yes.
in the evangelical church, and so it was, like, a little more black and white, like, this is good and this is not good, you know? And so I'm kind of making my own ideas about that kind of stuff now. But um when my younger son was, I think he was about 4, we lived in this house in Jacksonville, Florida,
Mhm,
and it wasn't not an old house, it was just a subdivision, whatever, you know.
mhm.
Well, one night I go in to tuck him in and he's like scared and pulling the covers up, you know, and he's like, I don't want to be in here. Something scary's in here. And I said, what is it? And he said, I don't like it when the brothers come through the wall into my room at night. And I was like, oh, buddy, it's okay. No, yeah, I didn't know. You know what I mean? I didn't
Right,
you just like try to make your kid feel better. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's okay.
right.
I see there's nobody in here, whatever. But I remember going downstairs and telling my husband and my sister were visiting and being like, ooh, that was kind of spooky, you know?
Mhm.
So then a few nights later, I woke up and I saw a shadow figure at the end of my bed. And it was very distinct. And there was a hat, like a fedora hat.
Like
And
a hat
so,
man.
yeah. And
Did you take Benadryl that night?
I don't think so, but it was wild because it was one of those situations where like I tried to wake my husband up and he wouldn't wake up, you know?
Of course.
Like a scary kind of thing. Yeah, right. And so, right.
So
And
typical.
I'm like,
Come
"That's weird."
on.
Yeah. So then, maybe the next night I go in to tuck my son in and I'm like, hey, buddy, you remember what you were telling me about the brothers that come in your room at night? What did they look like? And he said, I don't know, but one of them wears a hat. I was like, oh, okay. So then it keeps going. So it's like these things are kind of building. And so one night my husband, and he didn't believe any of this stuff. He's like, okay, he hadn't heard the stories from my son and he didn't really know. And so one night he wakes up because he heard kids laughing. And so he went in to go check on the kids and they were totally asleep. He comes and gets back in bed, and then he hears peekaboo.
No.
Yes, and then right then we had 2 guinea pigs, and they had a little cage, like, we had, like, a bonus room landing kinda thing.
Uh-huh.
Their cage was right outside of our door, and right then, they both started screaming, the guinea pigs, and
Fucking
so
scared the guinea pigs.
yeah, and so the same
The
so
guinea pigs.
I know, the poor guinea pig. So,
Oh.
same thing, he tries to wake me up, and I wouldn't wake up. So, it's like something is definitely happening in the house, right? So,
Yes.
then one night no, one day, I was alone, I was, like, working on schoolwork, I was in school then, and
Mhm.
he had taken the kids out somewhere, and it was daytime, and I'm, like, doing my paper, had some music on, whatever, and then I heard 3 loud bangs on the wall, and it was so loud, I literally I ran out of the house, no shoes, I ran to my neighbor's house, and I was like, "Hey, somebody's in my house, I need you to come check." They came in, checked, there's nothing there. And so then I'm, like, really starting to get like, "Oh, this is not a friendly situation," you know?
Mhm.
And so I so then maybe a few nights later, I go to tuck in my son, and he's terrified. And I'm like, "What is wrong, bud?" And he's like he wouldn't say anything. And I said, What's going on?" And he said, "I can't tell you in here." "Okay, can you tell me in my room?" Yeah. So we go in my room, and he's like, "There's a scary clown in my closet, and he comes out
Oh,
whenever you leave." And he's too little, like, he didn't know, he had never
right.
seen anything scary. He didn't know
It
what was
wasn't like he
scary.
was messing with you.
No, 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 and he didn't even have the imagery in his mind of
Right.
Pennywise or something like that, you know what I mean? And so, get the other son, we all have a camp out in my room, and of course, the other son, he's nothing, like, which is so typical
Typical.
for him, like, he's, like, such a straight shooter, he is, like, he didn't experience anything at all, and so I called my friend who the next day, I did not know what to do, but I'm like, "Okay, something is here, and
Mhm.
it's not a this isn't a friendly situation." I always just felt like when I would go in the house, it just felt like heavy,
Unwelcome. Yeah.
scary, dark, like a not a nothing smelled, but it just felt oppressive
Okay.
kind of.
Yeah. Mhm.
And so I, called my friend, and she's married to a pastor, and I remember, like, when they were in college, she would tell me stuff about, like, angels and demons and this and that, and I always was like, "Well, okay," I never really thought about any kind of spiritual things or whatever. So, but,
Right.
she was the only person I was like, "Maybe she knows what to do." And so I said, "This is gonna sound crazy," and she's like, "It's not crazy, like, you're really experiencing something. There's something dark there."
Mhm.
And she was like, "Have you traveled? Has anybody traveled, brought anything back?" And I said, "Well, actually, my husband, he was in the Coast Guard then, and he had just come back from Haiti. There was this huge earthquake in Haiti, and it
Oh.
was his helicopter was the first one. Like, they just happened to be in Guantanamo Bay when it happened, and so then they just were there, and so they were doing a lot of rescues. It was horrific. It was horrific,
Yeah.
and so
Wow.
she's like, "I think maybe something dark probably came
Hitchhiker.
back with him." Yeah. And so she's like, "Go through, say some blessings, read some Bible passages, tell it to get out. It's not welcome."
Yeah.
And I did that, and it really worked. I read some
Yeah.
Bible passages, I prayed about it a lot, but it worked for me. But then we had rented the house twice after that before we sold it. Both tenants asked the neighbors, "Hey, did they ever experience anything weird in that house?" Ugh. So
No.
I don't know. It left
Nope.
us alone after a while, but
I don't know what you're talking
yeah, we're
about.
like,
It
yeah,
must be you.
yeah.
Weird. That's so
So,
strange.
anyway, yeah, so that was I was the type of person that before that happened to me, I really didn't it's not that I didn't believe, but I just was like, I don't maybe,
You
maybe
hadn't
not.
experienced it.
Right, but once you feel something like that,
Mhm.
it's really hard to deny, and especially when
Mhm.
it's your kid,
Yes.
that's experiencing that stuff. But yeah, so anyway, that was
Our
it.
youngest, when we bought my haunted house, this is not this house where I live now. My house before this, where we first because we were in our 30s and we had 2 separate families that we were combining when we got married, that we had to sell my house. My daughter and I moved into his house, and then we had to find a house, and this was 2021 when the market went boom.
Yeah.
Mhm.
and it took like 8 months to find a house, and then we had to move into that house and then sell it was a process, and when we bought the house that we moved into, it was heavy. At first, I didn't feel it. It kinda had like a matte energy. It wasn't like
Yeah.
happy, but it wasn't
Mhm.
bad. It was just kinda like thick.
Oh,
And then I kept telling my husband, like, "Somebody's watching me." And I'm an empath, and I have been told I'm a psychic medium, and I'm coming into those abilities, but, like, at this point, I just knew I was sensitive, but I was
Mhm.
like and he's like, "No, it's nothing. It's a new house. You're just uncomfortable." And I'm like, "No, no, 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 no. I am in my late 30s. Like, I travel.
oh, yeah.
I
Mhm.
sleep at other places often.
Yeah.
This is not this I'm uncomfortable because I'm in a new place.
Right.
This is somebody, like, every time I look up, I'm half expecting you to be there. Because like, I would tell people the way it felt like, when, like, you're changing and your husband's like, "Hey," that's how it was. Every time I took an article of clothing
Yeah.
off, I would feel
Oh.
like my husband was
Ooh.
in the
Oh my
door, and I would
goodness.
turn around and my husband wasn't there, and I'm like,
Ooh, that's creepy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Little creeper ghost.
Yeah.
yeah, he was. And I just kinda I didn't talk about it with my kids because at the time my kids were like 9 and 10 and because, they're all the same age, right in that age bracket.
Yeah.
And I knew something was going on. I was having experiences with the lights, with noises, with footsteps, with everything, and I was hearing voices, and it was just like, "There's something going on in this house." Well, then our youngest, who is also an empath, was acting out. Like, she got violent, she got mean, and it was like, okay, is she dealing with stuff because we sold her childhood home?
Oh,
Because her dad's moving on and she had some issues with her mom? Like, is that, or is there something else? And then she came downstairs one morning and she looked like hell. And I was like, what is going on? And she wasn't sleeping, but she wasn't telling us she wasn't sleeping.
Oh.
And she's like, she didn't think I was going to believe her. And I was like, try me. Like, and I didn't talk about this with them.
yeah.
Mhm.
And she's just like, "I am seeing a man in the loft, and each night he's getting closer, and last night he
Ooh.
was in my bedroom, and he
Oh,
was
I have a
reaching
chill.
for me."
Me too. I have a chill too,
Oh.
Ashley. Oh my gosh.
No, I don't like that at all.
Ooh.
And I was like,
Mm.
and so I called my friend who is a little witchy, and she blesses houses, and I
Yeah.
was like, or sages houses, and I was telling her what was going on. So when I bought the house, I saged the house, but I didn't know what I was doing. So
Mm.
I didn't open any windows. I
Oh.
just lit sage and was like, "Woo, sage, yeah, look at me go, negative energy be gone." And she goes, "You fucked up." I was like,
Oh,
"Oh,
shit.
okay." So she came over, and that was a whole story. If you wanna hear it, I'll tell you, but it it solidified that something was in that house, and it didn't get rid of him. It put him at ease for a little while, but then he came back, and I ended up giving him his own bedroom.
Oh
So,
my gosh. Wow.
yeah. Mhm. He was a crotchety old man.
Well, you're like, "Oh, sorry, kids, you have to share a room because we need one for the ghost."
Well, and thankfully, the house that we bought, it was huge. It was like 5,500 square feet,
Oh,
and there
wow.
Oh my gosh.
I had an extra room for him. It was my guest room, but because nobody really could go in there because it was
Your
so
guests were like,
heavy.
"We'll stay at the Holiday Inn."
Yeah.
Forget it. We're not coming.
I ended up putting a guest bedroom, so my office was downstairs next to my master. So it's kinda like you, Andy, this house was only lived in by this family, and then when he
Wow.
died and then his mother died, I bought the house from his sister, so I was the 2nd owner of this house.
Mhm.
Nobody other than his family had ever been in that house and
He's
ever
like,
lived
"What
in
are
that
you
house.
doing here?"
Yeah.
"Who
Who
the
are
hell are
you?
you?" Yep. He did not like me. He did not he From what I understand, I learned a lot about him from the neighbors and from his sister and firsthand accounts from people that knew him. He did not like people. He did not like women. He was very insular, very just, it was his way or no way.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He didn't like children. He didn't like animals. He didn't like women. And here I was, a strong woman with 3 kids and
Yeah.
4 animals.
Yeah. He's like, "This is
What a
ridiculous."
nightmare for
Yeah.
him. He's
Yes,
like, "No."
I joke, I ruined his afterlife. I sure did. I
Right?
came in there and I shook it all up, and I told him, I was like, "You can stay here, but you gotta stop messing with us." And
Yeah.
he calmed down. He comes and visits every once in a while here, I'll feel him, I'll be like, "Go back home, Wayne."
Oh, god.
And I did, I took his desk, so I still have his desk, but I did tell him before I
Oh.
left because there was furniture still in the house from where, he died and his sister lived in, so it was like, "What am I supposed to do with this house?" So she cleaned it out to the best of her she's elderly, so she cleaned it out to the best of her ability, and I was like, "Just
Mhm.
leave whatever else, I'll handle it." So there was this nice desk, it's glass, and so I told him when I left, I said, "Hey, Wayne, I'm taking your desk with me. You can come and visit, but you cannot live with me." And so he'll come in every once in a while, and then he'll go right back out.
Oh, he's just checking in.
He's like,
Yes.
"Don't worry, I don't wanna live with
Yeah.
you."
Yes. He's like, "Don't worry, no worries there." Like, seriously, so when we left, I was running my Spirit Talker boxes, and I was getting, like, I miss my family, I'm in the backyard, so it was this whole thing, and I could talk about it for 3 hours,
Mm.
but I had made a scent for the new owners, and it was like it came across, "I love that smell," or "I like that scent," and it was
Oh.
very weird, and then it's like I was leaving, and it's like, "Bitch," and I'm like,
Oh. You're like, "Excuse you?"
He was just
so
he was having separation anxiety. He's
Yeah.
like,
yes, so he misses us, but then it was just like
Yeah.
"My gosh."
Oh.
so I tell people he was a crotchety old grandpa in the upstairs room, and we have a love-hate relationship, but I do love him and miss him, but I do not miss living with him.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
because
nuts.
Yeah.
yep, it
Wow.
was always something. And my husband, who's a big skeptic, like, he's like, "Logic, science, if I can't see it, it doesn't exist," and I'm like, "The
Mm.
wind, you can't see the wind, Daniel. It
Yeah.
exists, hello."
Have you ever seen $1,000,000?
We know it yeah, yeah. Well, I'll never forget, I had gone to bed, my kids were with their other parents. He was in the living room watching TV. I heard footsteps upstairs, so I just thought he went upstairs. He thought I went upstairs. He comes to bed and he's like, "She's in bed," and, like, he said even the dog heard it because the dog we have, like, a 90-pound pit bull. He said that he was just like you
Oh.
know how they move their whole heads and it just,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
ears flop back? And then later on, it was relatively close in time, he was studying for this test he had to do for his mortgage company job that he was new at. He was trying to get his licensing, and the light always came on for me. So, he never saw it come on. And so he said he's sitting there, it's about 11, 12 o'clock at night, and the light comes on, and he's like and I had told him, "Just talk to them like they're human. They were once people,
Mhm.
talk to them like
Yeah,
they were people."
yeah.
So he's like, "I don't need that on right now. I appreciate you turning it on. Can you turn it off?" And he said he went right back to studying, and then a couple of minutes later, it went off, and he's like,
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
"Okay."
He's like, "Okay, Ashley,
Yeah,
I guess I believe you now."
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and when, like, the light was coming on in his closet, he's like, "It's just a bug, Ashley." And I'm like, "That's a giant bug, Daniel."
Oh my
So, yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Husbands.
Yeah.
Right?
Am I right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
haunted houses, that will do it to you. That's a big surefire way.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
no kidding. Yeah, I like what you said about talk to it like it's a human. We met,
Aaron Segers.
Aaron Sagers, you know who that is? He's one of the hosts of Paranormal Caught on Camera and,
Okay.
what's it?
28
Days
days.
Haunted.
Mhm.
Oh,
It
okay.
was, like, kind of a very chance meeting. He was in Key West and we, like, got connected. But he said
Ooh.
something so cool and interesting. He was, like, talking about how, a lot of, like, paranormal people are
Investigators.
in the
Mhm.
industry are like, "How did you die?"
Uh-huh.
Like,
Yes,
"Why
constantly.
here?" And they were a person before, right? So,
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
that's pretty rude, and to just kind of be like, what
Be
did he say?
normal?
Like, be normal,
Right,
like,
like,
"What's your
Yeah.
favorite music?" Or what,
right.
that
Right.
kinda thing. Yeah. I don't know, I
That's
thought that was, like,
exactly
interesting.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've had I've had some experience with doing some investigations and things like that. And they'll be like, oh, there's a ghost of a little boy here. But they're talking to him like he's a grown up.
Oh, yeah.
And there might be a response here or there, but nothing. I'm like, may I? And then, hey, buddy.
Teacher.
Hey,
Right here.
buddy, do you want to play a game? And then, the spirit box will be like, game, play, let's play, let's play. And then, I would start with flashlights and this and that. And no kidding, the flashlight roll across the table, and
Mhm.
all of these things going on. And then I said, I have to go and don't leave, play, play, and I'm like, all this kid needs is somebody to play with,
Yeah.
and treat him like a kid.
Yeah.
So,
Meanwhile, I'm like, "Wayne, you son of a bitch."
Well, that's probably how he did. Talk to.
that's,
Yep.
oh my God.
Daniel would hear me upstairs just cussing him out, reading him for filth, but I swear I think that's how he communicated.
Yeah.
He was a jerk.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he was receptive to that. He was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
This
I
is my
get
kind
you.
of people right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Yeah. my
That's why he
gosh.
comes
Yeah.
to visit you. He's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, Ashley, I do miss you."
Aw, shucks.
He misses
Well,
the banter.
I went to Missouri and went to with some of my friends out there to do it. They're investigators, and they're a group of women who investigate, and it's so fun
Oh, that's
Oh,
because
I saw those
badass.
pictures. Everyone's so cute
yeah.
and pretty. Oh my gosh, that was so
We
cute.
I was like, "I'm included because 'cause I'm pretty
Oh.
I'm pretty isolated over here. I'm by myself and so I was like, "Yay, friends."
Oh,
And we what was it? Jocelyn, who is a nut, she didn't have her shoes on, and we were at the Belvoir Winery, and she's just talking about feet and just being Jocelyn, and we're drinking wine, and we're all laughing, and we get an EVP, and it says, "I'll lick your feet."
oh, no way.
It's on. I'll send it to you.
No,
You
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
can
so
hear
funny.
it as plain as day. I'll lick
That's
your feet.
Oh
gosh.
my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh. We
That's
had something kind of similar happen in Key West. There's this haunted firehouse. It's like
Ooh.
the oldest firehouse in town or whatever. And we went and we were upstairs, like in the bunk area,
Mhm.
and we heard on the spirit box, what did it say? Hey,
it's "Hey,
pussycat.
pussycat."
We were
No.
like, you don't get a lot of girls up here.
Uh-huh. It was really
It
funny.
was funny.
And then it said, it was like, "It's Mac," or something,
It was
and
like
then
Cal or something,
or
Cal or
what yeah,
whatever. It was
so I was reading the name tags that are on the lockers, and then, like, the 3rd or 4th one I got to was, like, Callahan.
It was like a shortened, like a
Mhm.
nickname version of that. It
So, it
was
was pretty cool.
crazy.
What year was it? Do they have the years of, like, when they were there?
Remember
I
right up
mean,
there.
they have it's tricky because they have so much memorabilia and
Mhm.
vehicles and things from, like, what, probably the late 1800s all the
Mhm.
way through, and it was operational for a long time. I
Oh,
mean, up
yeah.
until
Like
through
the
the
70s, I
70s.
think, yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And so that's a little bit tricky, but I think when there's an infamous fire chief, and he was very present in the 70s and mysteriously disappeared and
And
all
he
of
was
this stuff.
like a drug what would you say? Drug
Drug run
runner?
like,
Something like that.
kingpin, I don't know,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So he was quite like, had a larger than life
Yeah, and
persona.
he's very infamous down here, yeah.
Mhm. So and his name is, Bumfardo,
Bum Fardo.
for real.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mhm. So Bum is his nickname, but Fardo is his last name,
Yeah.
Huh.
and so
Wait,
anyway,
his first name is Bum?
Well,
that's his
that's his
nickname.
nickname.
Oh, nickname.
But his
So, question, because Key West, do y'all visit Robert the Doll?
Oh, yeah,
we've
we've
seen it. We give
our
him a wide berth. We go
we
visit him, but
we don't really mess with him. So we actually know one of our friends' boyfriend, fiance, is now the caretaker of Robert because
No.
yeah.
David Sloan is spending a lot of time elsewhere. So he
And we know him too, actually.
yeah, we
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
But so he's like, "Yeah, come over anytime." And he said like it's totally fine, just be respectful and everything, but we are still like,
Mhm.
"Hi,
We're like,
Robert." When we were there, we said bye to him like
yeah.
500 times. We're like, "Bye, Robert. Thanks so much. Thanks, bye."
But we did do an investigation of the fort where it is where he is kept or
Housed.
held,
Mhm.
housed.
Mhm.
We got some cool stuff
Yeah,
on the
and we had a lot of, we did the Estes method, and we
Mhm.
had a lot come through on that. That was
mhm.
a little bit spooky.
Yeah. A lot of like names and what else what was said, but it's pretty I mean, it was interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah, Key West is one of the most haunted cities in America.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
haunted.
So lots of very old buildings, lots of graves that have been moved and disturbed and
Or, like,
because
things are built on top of because of the hurricanes and stuff, like,
Mhm.
bodies would be disinterred, and then they
Mhm.
would just kind of build right over, you
Mhm.
know?
Yep.
Mhm.
There's like indigenous history here, a lot of their pirate history and a lot of shipwreck.
Yeah,
Yep,
lots of shipwrecks
lots of
because of the
shipwrecks.
reef and stuff.
Yeah, and
And
so
then also the foundation itself is, like, now kind of coral limestone, like, the whole island, so
Wow. So it's just a conductor in itself.
yeah. And we went to this cool ghost talk at this hotel. This lady is amazing and she does a ghost talk every full moon, and it's free. They just ask you to like buy a drink or whatever. And so we
Oh,
went, and she's an amazing storyteller. But she had an interesting. I thought that this was a pretty interesting theory on one reason why Key West is so haunted. And she was talking about how like it's an island, it's surrounded by salt water, and spirits can't cross salt or won't cross salt or things like that. And so it's like a tiny place where a lot of people have lived and died, and a lot of old buildings and things like that. So
And there's
it's just
nowhere to go.
and there's
yeah.
nowhere to go.
And
There's
they're
a bridge in and a bridge out. So we're
wow.
at the end of the line. It's cool.
Mm.
And it's so interesting too, because anytime we're out and about, we're always, as I'm sure you do this too, like, hey, you got any ghost stories? I'm going to
Oh,
say
yeah.
9 times out of 10, it's a yes. You
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
everybody's got a spooky
Or
story,
people
which
will
I
be
love
like,
that.
"No, no," and then they're like, "Well, there's this weird thing that happens in my house
I see this,
sometimes."
man. Does that count? We're like, yep,
Yes.
that
That
counts.
is crazy.
Yeah,
Oh
you
my
gotta come
gosh.
visit. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Oh,
Robert
I'm
would
like
love to see you.
mentally like adding it to my list because
Yeah.
so what's funny is my husband and I just celebrated our wedding anniversary in
Happy anniversary.
September.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. 3 whole years.
Wow.
Hey, that's good.
It is good.
Feels like
Like,
30.
oh.
But yeah, we've had a long few years. So we had 2 different locations. We had Salem, Boston, and just up there or Key West. And I was like, "Okay, these are the 2 that I wanna go to," like and so we looked and I was like, "Let's go to Boston. There's a really haunted hotel up there. We can go to Salem, we can go to Fall River, we can see some of the other places that I've done stories on." And so that's what we did, but Key West was our 2nd.
Yeah.
And
Next
so,
time.
like, as you're talking, I'm like, "Hmm,
Oh, yeah.
got
Mhm.
it. Key
Yeah.
West."
Yeah,
Next
so,
time.
maybe this summer
Yeah, hit us up.
Mhm.
or
Like,
next
the
anniversary.
Yeah.
surprise, I'm
Yeah.
here.
We'll take
Yes.
you everywhere, all of the spooky
Yeah.
places.
It's fun.
I
It's
will literally just be in the car like this.
good.
And then, like, if you wanna go
Awesome.
out on the water, we can do that too.
Yeah, yeah.
Or see the
We do.
beautiful island,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
I, like, literally just love to be included, so I will just wherever you wanna go, I'm here.
My gosh, I love it. That's so fun. I
Yes,
went to, Salem this past summer and Boston too. It was so cool.
it is
I
cool.
loved it. It was really cool.
They have so much history as well.
I know.
So much.
Yeah. It was crazy to be, like, standing in a house that was 400 years old or whatever.
Right?
So
Did
cool.
you see the cemetery in Boston that's, like, 5,000 graves, and it's in the middle of downtown?
I don't know.
I've seen that
I was
too.
only there in Boston for, like, a day. We did, like, the quick bus thing because we spent
Yeah.
more of our time in the other places.
Did you stay at the Omni in Boston?
Yes.
I've stayed
Oh,
there, of course.
Yes.
yeah.
Did you have any experiences?
Yes. I
Oh,
had
tell me more.
so they put me on the ninth floor, and I am extremely sensitive to certain things, and I don't know what it was. I walked into this tiny ass room and instantly was claustrophobic. I am claustrophobic as it is, but I walked into that room and was almost in tears, and I didn't know why. And so it was like shaped like a triangle, and I I don't know what it was, and there was a window 2 windows, but each one faced a brick wall, so I just felt trapped.
Oh,
I
yeah,
was,
yeah.
like, hyperventilating, and so I go down to the lobby, and I'm like, "I need a new room," and I think they thought I was trying to get a free upgrade, and I put, like, my hands on the counter because the counter's really high, and I'm like, "Listen, listen, I will pay. I am not trying to get something for nothing. I am claustrophobic and I'm on the verge of a panic attack. Like I can do elevators, that's not a big deal. It's something I don't know, there was something about this room. And so they moved me to the 7th floor and it was so much better. Well, I find out later that the most haunted floor is the 10th floor. And I'm not sure if if I was feeling the energy from the 10th floor on the 9th floor. But while we were walking around Boston that first day, we were in the cemetery. I cannot remember the name. It starts with a G, and I wanna say, like, Graverly or something like that, and Granary. I can't remember. Somebody's gonna yell at me. It's okay.
They'll let you know.
They'll
Don't
let me know.
they'll let us
Don't I
they'll
know
let
it?
us know, yeah.
Uh-huh. I walked through somebody, and I was like,
Oh my gosh.
"So sorry." And I'm not sure if that person came back with us, but we decided to do an Estes method in the room that evening, and Daniel's never done Estes. I had never done Estes, but I was like, "Will you do it?" He's like, "Yeah." So he's laying there and he starts flirting with me, and I'm like, "Wait, wait, wait, wait. Can you hear me?" And he didn't respond, and I was like,
Oh.
"Okay." And it was like I can't even remember. I have to watch back. He was under 17 minutes, and so I finally bring him out, and he's like, "What was that, 5 minutes?" I was like, "No, that was 17. Like, you were under there." And I let him watch it back, and he's like, "Oh." And then that night, so I had the tripod set up kinda in the middle of my side of the bed, but it was about 4 to 6 feet from me. At about 3 o'clock in the morning, that tripod gets pushed over on me, and it hits me and wakes me up, and I have the tripod, like, laying on me kinda, like, right here, and
Mhm.
I'm like, because it wasn't close enough for me to accidentally knock it over on me.
Yeah.
So I think whatever I was interacting with during the Estes wanted me to wake up and interact some more.
Oh.
And I
Mhm.
just stood it back up. I moved it further and I was like,
No,
"I'm going back
sir.
to bed."
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You and these man ghosts, man.
Yeah. Ooh.
I know. I'm a beacon. I'm a beacon. I'm, like, trying to think, like, do I have experience with women ghosts? But it's mainly men.
Oh my
Pervs.
goodness.
That's too funny. Oh my gosh. I have a question for you. What do you think about apps, like those ghosty apps?
Like Ghost Tube
I
and
Is there
love them. I love them. There is a lot of room for error. But the things that I have gotten from them, like, I usually run them during my episodes. I have not ran this today, but, like, I have run them during episodes before, and I have headphones on,
Mhm.
and my guest will be talking, so it's not like my phone is listening because it cannot hear them,
Oh,
Mhm.
right.
and my phone will answer something they've said.
Ooh.
Or, like, when Chris from The Wandering Road, he was talking about his father. His mom's Catholic from the Dominican, I believe. His dad, it was Hindu, maybe, and then converted over to Catholicism, and then his aunt and uncle who lived below him were Muslim. So he had a lot of different energy, just religious type in his house under one roof, really.
Mhm.
And he was talking about his father's altar and talking about how his father and family would pray and all this other stuff. It was minutes after he was talking about that, and my phone was like, altar.
Oh, wow.
And yes, and stuff like that has happened. And also, like, one of my best,
No, I really wanted you to say it's bull crap.
no, I'm sorry.
She
I was
just
going
had
to
some
say,
spooky stuff recently, and she's, like, freaking out about it.
no, I don't think so. I think that some of them, if the ones I don't like are the ones where you can add in your own words.
Okay.
Oh. Mhm.
I
Yeah.
don't I think anything that you can manipulate
Yeah, yeah.
like that, if you wanna play around, whatever, have fun, be careful, whatever, have fun, but I've had some my best friend died when I was 17 in a car accident. Her name was Catherine. She spelled it with a K, and I always called her Cat, and when I was in my other house I had a lot of stuff happen in my other house. I swear it was like a portal. There's something about that house that just energy just kind of
Mm.
That's
whooshed around, and it was a different vibe than anywhere else I've ever lived. And I was running it one day and completely just running around the house, and I looked down and it said, Catherine's on your spirit team."
Oh my gosh,
wow.
I have chills. I love
On your spirit
that.
team?
On
Oh,
Yes, and I still have the
wow.
screenshot.
That
And then, like, I've had where my grandmother is one of she's yelled at me in my sleep before for doing this kind of stuff, but she is like my lead spirit guide. So there was a bunch of knocking going on in my studio, and I was like, "What is going on?" And so I turned it on, I was like, "Who is that?" And it said Betty, and that's what her friends called her.
Betty.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
like, "Take it easy, Ashley."
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, when I was working with my mentor, she was like, "You need to call out to your grandmother and see if she'll come to you in your sleep." Because when I have people visit me while I'm sleeping, and I was like, this is crazy. Okay, she's not coming." Well, I did it. Then that night, her sister came first and just kind of like smiled at me and was rocking in a rocking chair. The next night, Bet showed up. She came in the room. She looked at me and she looked fabulous. Her hair was done. She had pearls on. She had her little pink top on with her little khaki pants and
Oh,
her
so
little
cute.
kitten heels, and she was
Oh,
holding her little
Betty.
purse, and she kinda,
Uh-huh.
like, shuffled in, And she made a joke. She's very short, so she made a joke how she's taller than all of us now because she's up in heaven, so she's
Oh,
taller than all of us.
Yeah.
And she looked dead at me and said, "I don't like that you're into this stuff. Be careful."
Yeah.
oh.
That's
I mean, that's good advice, buddy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mhm. I got yelled at by my dead grandma. Sure
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when I was like, "Who is making all this noise?" Betty.
Oh,
Betty.
I have
And I
such
was
a
like,
picture in my head of Betty.
Yeah, me
So
too. She's like
cute.
a little Southern lady.
she was a Southern belle.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
was. She was,
Yeah.
yep, she was very short and, curled hair.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Poof. Yep. But she was
Oh my
she
god.
was fierce. But yes, I love the apps. Now when Catherine's 40th birthday was in February, and I was running the app because I could feel her, and I haven't felt her in years. The last time I had any interaction with her, I was in college, and she comes to me in my sleep when I was younger, like as a form of comfort. And on her 40th birthday, like I sung her happy birthday, and I turned on another app. It's called Transcend Theory.
Mhm.
And it said here. And so I was like, "Catherine, are you here?" And it's one of those, like, it will transcribe, but you really have to listen. And I was
Mhm.
like, "Catherine, if this is you, how old are you today?" And it said, "For a day, 40."
40.
And then I said, "How did you die?" And it said, "Car, tree, he hit them." And so
Oh,
her boyfriend was driving. They were racing. They were drag racing on a long stretch of road, and they hit another car and then hit a tree, and they both
Oh
died
my
on the scene. And so I
Whoa.
was just stunned. Car tree, he hit them.
wow. Now I really have chills.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
god.
I love the apps. There's some things it is for entertain I always tell people it's entertainment
Yeah.
purposes only.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It is software based, so it is man-made. However, I have had too much confirmed responses that I cannot just explain away to software that it's listening to me. Because some things it's just so like I was doing an episode with my friend Jocelyn who collects haunted dolls. And I was meditating doing my makeup and I was listening to the words that were coming into my head. And I was writing everything down that was impulsive in my head. Like I'm like or intrusive. I was like, that's not why would I think about that? Like all of a sudden I was singing J Lo in my head and I thought Jennifer and
Yeah.
Pamela and 4 and 12 and stabbing and all these like random thoughts. So I wrote them all down. And during the episode, if you haven't watched that one or listened to that one, listen or watch that one because it blew my mind. It blew her mind. Everybody's like, holy crap, Ashley. And one of the names that I was hearing in my head for days was Pamela. And I had my necrometer on and it said Pamela. And I was like, and then it kept saying 12, 12, 12, 12. Well, I had gotten 12, 12, 12 in my head. And I was like, what is going on with 12? Well, after that episode aired, my friend Jennifer from Haunted Neighbors Paranormal, her name is Jennifer. Her mother's name is Pamela. She was listening to the episode and she goes, that's my mom. And so she told Jocelyn, who reached out to me, and I was like, did Pamela give Jennifer a necklace before she died? She gave her a necklace right before she died. It was the last thing she ever gave her. And I said, did she die? I said, I keep hearing 12. Did she die on the 12th day of a month or in December? And she died October 12th, which happened to be the same day that Catherine died in 2002.
Oh my god.
And also
Whoa.
my best friend, my current best friend got married on October 12th, 2024.
Wow.
And then I was like, well, is she going through some changes? And she's like, yeah, she's going through a lot of changes, that she's dealing with. And I was like, just know that her mother knows that Jennifer was with her until the end, and she is now with her now. And
Wow.
so at this point, I had never met Jennifer. I did not know Jennifer's name. I knew it was Jen, of course, but I didn't, at this point, I hadn't met her. I had never met her mother. I should not know. And I knew her mom died of lung cancer. I should not have known her mom died of lung cancer. It was
Yeah.
all these things. But it was coming to me through like, I call them direct connects through my head, but also through my app.
Wow.
That
So
is
that's
wild.
confirmation on different levels. Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah, I could, yeah. Yeah. It's insane. It's insane.
Wow. You're
Wow.
pretty powerful, huh?
No, no. They're really unreliable. Like I know when things are about to happen, but there's nothing I can do about it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, it
I
sucks
mean, I think
sometimes.
that's like that keeps balance. You know what I mean?
I
In the
guess.
universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
well,
if
yeah.
we can't go around like superheroes,
I
you
mean, that
know?
would be
No,
cool. That'd
It
be
would
cool.
be cool, but
it would be like we were dealing with something, and I told my husband, I was like, "Listen, this is gonna be dismissed." And he's like, "Well," and he got mad. 2 weeks later, we got the phone call. That was what happened, and I was like, "Ah! No, no,
Uh,
no!" I was like, "Look at me! I knew it! I knew it!" And he's, like, crying, and he's upset, and I'm like, "I told you this was gonna happen." And he's like, "It doesn't take away that I'm pissed off that it all happened to
Oh.
begin with." And I was like,
You're like, "But I was right."
"But I was right!
Most importantly,
let it
I
be
was right,
known
yeah.
yet again.
Told you!" Yeah. He thinks I'm weird. I kinda freak him out a little bit.
It's okay. It's good for them.
Yeah, also,
It's a healthy level
weird
of
people
fear.
are the coolest, I think, you
Yeah,
know?
I agree. I love weird people.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
You're weird. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, well, now we know about the apps.
Yeah. Doing.
What happened?
Oh,
I
you're gonna
mean,
tell her? No.
I'll tell her. Well,
Okay.
let me see if I can't remember exactly. So I was home alone one night. I never do this stuff because, like I told you, I'm like kind of I'm scared of it. I'll
I
just
get
be
it.
honest, you know what I mean? And so
Also, Felice usually goes to bed at like 9 o'clock. So when she
oh,
texts me
9 o'clock is late. Okay.
when she
I get
texts
it.
me
Me
at
too.
like,
Yeah.
you know, 9:30, I'm like, "Are you okay? What's going on? Do you need to
Oh, at
come over?
that late
Do you need
hour?
me to come over?" But she's like, "I think something's in my house." And then it was spooky.
I'm trying to remember. Okay, hold on. Oh.
And she wouldn't type out to me what happened. She's like, "I don't wanna say it. I'll tell you
Yeah.
tomorrow." But I'm like, "I can come over. I can bring Sage. I can do whatever. Let me know. I'm here."
Okay. I turned the thing on and I'm like, beep boop, just kind of
Which
walking
app
around.
is it?
A ghost. What is this?
Ghost
Ghost
tube.
tube.
Okay. So that is one that you can add words to.
Okay. All right. So that's good
That's
to
good.
know. That's
Yes,
good
good
to
to
know.
know.
Okay.
And now I know people that swear by it. That is one that I really do not use.
Okay. So, all right. Thank you for saying that. All right.
Mhm.
So,
There, see?
yeah.
It's all
See,
good.
okay. So I'm like, da da da. I go, just kind of like, hey, is anybody out there? Anybody here? And I get waitress. Oh, also, I live in military housing. We're not military, but and it's old, 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 like from the 40s or 50s.
Okay.
So lots of people have
In and out.
been through there. Yeah.
Mhm.
And so it said, waitress, bloody, what happened? And I'm like, and it's like kind of, I'm like, oh, I don't know what happened. Talk with me. It's kind of like doing this. So I'm like, and then it said, what do you need? And I was like, I don't need anything. I'm gonna say goodbye now. Cause I was alone and I was like, I'm not sure
Mhm.
about this. So I said, I'm gonna say goodbye now.
Mhm.
Um,
Ending the
I'm
communication.
ending the communication. Right. So I text Andy, "Ah, this is what happened. And she's like, ooh. So I said, I'm not doing that anymore. So I take a bath and then I changed my mind. And so
And goes back for more.
How they
and
get us.
I changed my mind. So I just turned it, I didn't say anything. Right. I just turned it on and I was kind of like, you know how you do, you just mess with your tools a little bit. I was
Mhm.
kind of like, I had it and I had the little EMF thing and kind of just going around my little tiny house, seeing what, if anything would go off, whatever. And then it goes, are you scared? And I go, no, I'm not scared. I have God on my side. That's what I said. Cause
Mhm.
I just, in that
Yep.
moment, was like, I think this thing is trying to intimidate me if it's a real thing. Right.
Mhm.
I said, I'm not scared. I have God on my side. And it goes, stop right then, like, stop. That's what it said. And I go, nope, I won't stop. I'm saying goodbye now. We're not talking anymore. And you're not welcome in this house if you're going to be like that. And then it goes, I'm hoping. That's what it said. I'm hoping.
Yep.
I'm like,
Okay.
goodbye. And then I didn't do it anymore after that.
Yep. Now, I have used GhostTube before, and I had a really weird and I have it somewhere on my TikTok. I was up late editing, and I just had it on because I wanted to be able to record what I was and the only reason I like it is because you can record and get the words coming across instead of screenshotting. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So I was editing something and I was eating a tart because I love fruit tarts. I don't even know why. It was late. It was blueberry and strawberry, and it was a tart. And I was up. I'm an insomniac, so I don't sleep great at night. So I was like, editing. I was like, I felt somebody there, so I was like, "I'll just use this one since I can record a video while I talk and whatever." And that's the only time that I ever got anything kinda like that. It was like, I said, "Oh, I have a tart if you want some," and I can't remember what it said, but it acknowledged that it wanted the
What you want,
food.
the food.
And I was like,
It's like, "Give me that tart."
I have to find it because it's on TikTok somewhere. I have to find it, but it shocked me because I was just sitting there, because there are certain things that I can some of my apps I can run for 30 minutes and not say a word. But
Yeah.
there are some apps, the software kicks in and it's like, "Satan,
Right,
evil
Uh-huh.
right, right.
here,
Yeah.
better watch out," stuff like
Yeah.
that. But, like, I've done it and I know this sounds terrible. My kids are a little older now, and they lost a friend to self-harm this summer, and they were really upset, and I told her, I was like, "Listen," I said, "She's been around, I've channeled her a few times, and my daughter doesn't believe in this stuff, but she does, and she wanted to talk to her, so I did my dowsing rods, and I had my thing on, and it was what we were getting was so crazy and so it made so much sense, but then right before we ended, it said, "I am sorry. I
Oh
love you."
my gosh, I'm gonna have a little tear.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, this is a baby. This was a little girl that called me mom. This was somebody I did not realize she was 13. I did not realize how bad she was struggling. I knew she had a really rough childhood, but I did not realize how bad it was, and so when this happened, it was like losing another child. It was devastating, and my daughter was just having a really hard time because they pinky promised. She made her
Gosh,
pinky promise that she would never do that, and she
Yeah.
did, and so getting that "I'm sorry,"
Mm.
that's
because Daisy said, "You broke your promise."
oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That's
and so, like, yeah, I make people cry. I should have warned you. There should be a disclaimer on my stuff. I make people
all the
cry.
time.
But it was and so Ashley from Penn Paranormal, I'm not sure if you can see it. After she passed, I saw butterflies everywhere,
Mm.
and I was telling Ashley from Penn Paranormal, and she sent me this light, and it's a butterfly. Hold on, let's see. There it is.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, and it came in the mail with no gift receipt, and I know I didn't order it.
You're like,
Like, is Mora ordering stuff from Amazon and up in heaven? Like, wait a second, does she have my Prime account?
"What card is she using?"
It took me a while to figure out, but
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
we
gosh.
saw so many butterflies. I had butterflies in the house.
Oh, wow.
On her birthday, I said, "Mora, I need to know you're okay. It was her 14th birthday in September." And I was like, "I need to know you're okay. Send me any sign. Just send me a sign." And right then, my youngest came downstairs with a butterfly magnet and put it on the fridge right in front of my face. And she goes, "Here you go." And I went,
Oh my
Oh my
she
gosh.
wasn't downstairs. She did not hear me say it. I said, "Where did you get that?" She goes, "Oh, Mimi bought it for me a few weeks ago and I just found it and I wanted to bring it to you." And I was like, and
my gosh.
then we were recording one night and it was just me and Daniel. And before we started, I said, "I thank you for the butterfly. Send me one more sign that you're okay. Flash my lights a couple times in my studio to let me know you're okay." We were an hour in and I have this on. It's not a video, but it's an audio. And the whole house, the lights flashed in every room 2 or 3 times,
Oh my
and
god.
I just started because he didn't hear me say it. I was
Mhm.
setting up talking to her because sometimes I would just talk to her. It was the whole house flashed,
Oh my gosh.
but my audio never went off.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
It was
Oh.
very cool. And then my daughters have been struggling, and I yelled at and I was, mom moment, and I was yelling at her, and I was like, "You better take care of my girls." And it was a couple nights later, she was in one of their dreams,
Mm.
and she handed them a Post-it note with numbers on it, and Victoria just happened to remember the numbers, so I looked up the angel numbers and I read them off to her, and it was like, "It's gonna be okay. There's a future."
Oh my
Just those
gosh.
and I was like, "Okay." So she's very present. She's with us a lot.
Yeah.
She's I channeled her not too long ago, and when she's around, I'll feel her through my feet first, and then it kinda goes up my legs. and then I just start crying because when I get a surge of energy, I just crying is how it comes out. And all I could say was, "I don't want this for you."
Hmm.
And that was to one of my girls. "I don't want this for you."
Wow.
Mm.
And I'm sure you can,
No, my
deduct what was
yeah, yeah,
about, like
yeah.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Wow.
Oh my
But
gosh.
how incredible that you are so attuned that you can sort of channel her and are aware of her presence, and that must be so comforting for her,
Mhm,
and she's still present with you and your girls. I mean, that's
Yeah.
mhm.
incredible.
She plays with my
Yeah.
hair.
Mm.
Oh,
I'll be working, and I can feel fingertips in my hair, like, back here, because she used to braid both my girls' hair on the bus. She'll play with my hair.
Wow.
Mhm.
man. That's
Yep.
amazing.
That is.
Just take this down a notch. Womp womp.
Oh my I'm
Ashley.
crying. I had
Sorry.
chills and tears.
I know. Never know what you're gonna get with
Oh,
me.
it's a
So
roller coaster.
sorry.
It is. No, it is. Yes.
My first guest, I called him my annoying little brother. See, you truly never know what you're gonna get.
That's funny. Oh my gosh. So you're doing 2 in a day?
I
Mm.
have one more after you.
Oh
Oh my
my
gosh. Wow.
But this will get
wow.
me through almost to February. So
Oh,
I'm
Okay.
nice.
trying, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
trying not to work much in December.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Trying to, like, build a bank. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's a grind.
Yes.
So you've been doing this 3 years or 4
hmm
years?
Yep. Going on 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
Very
your
cool.
favorite part?
Hmm. My favorite part is meeting so many amazing people that are like-minded
Mhm.
and hearing their stories and seeing how it's changed their lives and getting to know people on such a deep level because a lot of this is so personal. Like it really
Absolutely. Yeah.
is. And being trusted with the information and to share their stories in a respectful way without making fun. Like
Mhm.
even though we laugh and we have a good time, they know I will not make fun of them. Like I'm
Yeah.
not gonna make fun of them.
That's why we hang out with ghosts.
Yeah.
That's right. I trust the dead more than I do the living,
Oh,
that's for
yeah, we
sure.
say that all
We
the time.
always yes. The re living people are more scary.
People are seriously like, "This doesn't scare you?" And I'm like, "The living scare me
Mhm.
more
Mhm.
than the dead."
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, sorry. Detour.
Detour.
That's all
You
good.
got any, advice for newish podcasters?
Yes. How long have you been doing it?
Since March.
You're gonna burn out. Rest. It is okay to rest.
Okay.
It is okay to repost episodes. It is okay to take a step back. It is okay to turn it off. If you do not rest, you will hit that burnout and it will be hard and it will make you never want to do it again.
No.
Mm.
It's okay to take a step back and breathe. And it's when you're creating something like this on such a deep and personal level, because these stories, even if it's you're just telling the story of Robert the doll, or if you're telling the story of a haunted location, these were people's lives. This was history. It
Mhm.
gets deep and it gets heavy sometimes. And it is okay, definitely, to protect your energy and rest. And also make sure you are protecting your energy because when you talk about this stuff, you and both of you are such white lights. People and things will be attracted to you, and that's okay. But you need to protect yourself spiritually in your houses, set clear boundaries.
Mhm.
Things will cross them. Just
Mhm.
keep protecting yourself. It is easy to get comfortable and to forget to protect yourself, especially going into these locations.
Mhm.
But it just cleanse, whether that be prayer, whether that be sage, whether that be salt, whether that be whatever. It's all about intention. You don't even have to use anything. It's all about intention. Set your intentions, set your boundaries, and maintain them, and just keep doing it. I set up my protection in my house once a month, and especially in my studio because of what I talk about, and because
Yeah.
I'm talking to different people on a regular basis, and
Yeah.
not everybody has good intentions.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
trust your gut. You don't have to take every interview.
Mm.
That's
Okay.
something that I'm learning the hard way because I want to I know how this community is full of such eccentric and different people, And I want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt and everybody a place to share their story, but not everybody deserves my time
Yeah.
and my energy
Right.
and my space,
Mhm.
Yeah.
not the my space
Yeah.
online.
Right. Oh, those were the days.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I just aged me. But yes,
Gosh. Okay.
if your gut or if like say one of the other one is like, I don't know if we need to do this
Mhm.
interview or this podcast, trust
Mhm.
the other one. Something in
Okay.
you is telling
Yeah.
you not to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, I'm a little bit of an empath. I haven't worked on my skills, but I've
Mhm.
met a bunch of people who are like,
Are
"Oh,
you
you're."
early mid 30s?
No, I am 41.
Oh.
Good for you. Me too. Hey.
I'm
Um,
47.
What? Y'all stop it. Y'all are beautiful, but
I was admiring your glowing skin.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, "What is that routine?"
Right.
Yeah.
it's the ring light, honey. It's the lighting.
But I can feel people's energy, like, and,
Mhm.
you meet somebody, like, I was just up in Connecticut at my brother's, and I was somewhere, and somebody walked into this cafe, and I was like, "Whoa," you know?
Mhm.
Like, looked
Mhm.
like a
Yeah.
totally normal person, but I can feel that. Same thing with, there are certain museums that I can't, or
Yes.
spaces in museums I can't go into because of that feeling.
Yes, so
I thought
trust that. If you decide to find a mentor to work on your abilities, find somebody who aligns with where you want to go.
That makes me think back to your
I
encounter.
oh my gosh, when I was in Salem, I was like, "Andy, do you want something from Salem?" And she's like, I don't know what they have." And I was like, "Every creepy witchy store and every I don't know what this stuff is." I'm like very much like,
Mhm.
"I'm not touching that."
Yeah.
And, so she's like, "Go in there and show 'em a picture of me and do a vibe by." I'm like, "Okay." So I
They
go
will know.
they knew. So I go in and I find this very eclectic man, so cute and sweet, like, little eccentric, shall we say. And so I was
Yes.
like, "Hey, this is my friend. What do you think I should get her?" And he's like, "Hmm." He's like blowing up the hmm.
I love it. I did that in my other episode. I was like,
He's like, "I have just the thing." But what he said was, it was that evil eye. So he's like, "You need to get her an evil eye." Basically, I think she wants to start exploring some things and she needs to be careful. That was basically that was the advice. Like she needs to be careful.
that's the
I was
second time you've been told that, hadn't it?
Right? I
like,
know. What's
okay,
going
I'll
on
let
here, guys?
her know.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
I just bought an Evil Eye in Connecticut too,
Oh, did you?
to take with me, like, in my pocket everywhere.
Hmm.
So this I wear it every day if I leave because I'm so protected in my house. If I'm in my house, usually I won't wear it, but if I'm interviewing, I wear my necklace and I wear this and I burn dragon's blood sage before we started. And then and it's not so much for y'all. Who I interviewed this morning, he's in the UK. UK is just notoriously haunted. And he's
Mhm,
also a podcaster. So he's constantly talking to people with darker stories. And
mhm,
then the people I'm interviewing next are paranormal investigators up in New England.
mhm,
So I just want to make sure that whatever's coming, and I'm like, I'm not one of those people like, you watch TV, you get haunted. I'm not like that. But because we're exchanging energy
Yeah.
mhm.
mutually, I'm like, just in case. So protection is key.
You should have seen us when we went to see Robert the doll.
Oh gosh.
Oh
We
God.
joked about we had so much protection that everything just was a wide
Robert,
berth.
the doll was like,
Who is that? When I went to Missouri State Penitentiary, I had like 3 crystals in my pocket, 3 pennies with armored shields, plus I had prayed to my ancestors to make sure that I was protected, that nothing came home with me. I didn't feel a thing.
yeah.
However, I'm gonna text you a picture, and I want you to look at it and tell me what you see.
Okay.
Ooh.
I haven't shared it yet because, well, I'm just like, I don't need any more hate right now.
Mhm.
So I haven't posted it yet, but I'm gonna send it to you, and I want y'all
Okay.
to tell me what you see. But yeah,
Okay.
I went in there so protected. I was like, shielded.
Yeah.
Don't come near me.
That's exactly how
Yeah.
there was, like, nothing happening. We're like,
Maybe we
"Hmm,
went
Yeah.
overboard with the lapis lazuli or
we
whatever.
had so many crystals and rosaries."
Mhm. Well, I didn't even bring my rosary with me because I was like, I need this here because I don't want anything to come back with it. So I left my rosary in my bedroom.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it
yeah.
stays next to my bed
Yeah,
because
mine too.
I've had several mediums tell me that they interact with me in my sleep because that is when I can hear them the best, which is true. I never told her that. And so I make sure it's always next to my bed as a form of protection because I had sleep paralysis and they were like really, it was horrible. It
Mm.
was, hold up. Okay. Something just shook my desk, like tapped on it. Okay. All right.
Okay.
I didn't, it felt like a dog tail hitting.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
So that's what I was looking to see if my dog came in here and he is not in here and she's not
Is
in
your
here. So
recording thing still on? Your
no, I turned it off.
oh,
Yeah. So when
Wow.
I come down there, you can take me to see Robert the doll, but I will probably be so shielded that he will do the same thing. He's like, "Who are these people?"
yeah, there was nothing.
Yeah.
But there were other people who were there earlier, like, because they did like a private tour, whatever.
Mhm.
And there was this couple and they had a spirit box and they were getting all kind of stuff coming through. And for us, it was just crickets until we went up in the top of the tower and then did the Estes method and stuff. But
Mhm.
it was,
Yeah,
yeah, it was funny.
that's cool. But yeah, we'll take you to all the
Oh,
places. There's
yeah.
so many spooky places here. Yeah, that's fun.
We have a condo in Fernandina, and so I come
Oh,
down to Florida pretty regularly. But when we went to the MSP, I did the Estes for the first time and there was nothing. And then finally I did hear yes. So I was like, yeah. I had no clue what they asked. So later I was like, what was the one question that I answered? And they said, we asked them, are you just gonna stand in the hall and not talk to us? And my answer was, yeah.
Yeah. It's like we get people in here every day. We don't wanna talk to you every
yeah.
day.
And that one has a bunch of protection. That one's weird.
Oh my gosh, too funny.
Oh,
Aw.
well, thank y'all so much.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
having us.
Yes.
I hope
It's
I
like
didn't talk too much. I talked a lot on this one.
I feel
Oh,
like
I
we
love
were
it.
just like three best friends.
Yeah, I love
Yes,
it.
I love it. I'm
Yes,
so
we
we'll have to do
appreciate
it
your
again.
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, but for real, you should come down. We would have a great time.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, we would. And I can drive that to that one. But no, I can fly there pretty cheap from here.
Yeah,
There's
they have,
direct flights.
like,
There's
opened
a
up a bunch
ton
of
now.
new, direct flights and stuff, so
Mhm.
Mhm.
come
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna show up one day and be like, "Hey!" And be like,
do it.
"Who is what? What?"
I
I'm
give
like,
us a
"Let's
heads up.
go." You're like,
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
We have to go to school, Ashley.
That's
Yeah,
our
right.
goal.
Yeah. But, okay, tell everybody where they can find you.
Uh,
Okay, go, you go.
you can find us on Facebook at You Two Scare Me,
We're
I
on
love that.
TikTok. We are on
Instagram
Instagram.
at
Just
You Two Scare Me _podcast,
yes, you can email us spooky stories at you2scaremepodcast@gmail.com. Our podcast is on all the platforms,
and on
basically,
YouTube.
and YouTube with video.
And then,
Ooh.
and we
Yeah.
also have our own webpage, and it's just You Two Scare Me.
Yeah.
And there's merch on there,
Ooh.
and episode notes, and some sweet little pictures from our photo shoot.
All of it. We're in all the places. So please
Yeah.
come find us and please send us spooky, spooky stories.
Oh yeah, we love spooky stories.
Yeah.
Yes. Y'all make sure you send them everything. And I'm just curious, because it's my own curiosity. Did somebody tell y'all that y'all scared them? Is that how you got the
Yep.
name?
We were, I don't know, we were not even talking about anything scary. We were just being our weird selves.
Yeah.
And our friend was like, you two scare me. And we're like, thank you very much.
Perfect. I
Yes.
love it. I love it. Well, I'm
Yes.
so glad that we crossed paths and
Me
we linked
too.
up, and we will definitely have to do this again.
Absolutely. Thank you
Thanks,
so much,
Ashley.
Ashley.
It
We
was
appreciate
so
your
fun.
time.
Thank you so much. And everybody, while you're out there finding them, make sure you find me, Ghost Gossip Pod, Ghost Gossip Podcast, and email all your Ghost Gossip to ghostgossip247@gmail.com. Until next time, they'll see you later.